welcome to the first episode of Hoop Heads Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Banks. I'm here with my boy A. Tony and my boy B. Magic, aka Berstley, though. First thing I wanted to do with the show is basically like introduce ourselves and maybe you can shout out your favorite team and why you just love hoops. Like, what made you love hoops? I mean, I'll start us off first. For me, I didn't grow up as like a team fan, you know. It's kind of just like players for me. But over the years, I started to love the 76ers, though. You feel me? Mainly because like Joel Embiid, like just watching him from his rookie year, how he like really started his career. I love like the work ethic he has, and his game is just crazy. And what made me fall in love with the game? I'll probably say like hooping myself. Like I was like very trash and like scary when I first started hooping, but I just kept working and got better and got more confident. And really just watching like the old school like playoffs. Like I remember watching LeBron versus Orlando Magic back in like 2008, and that really made me become more of a fan of the game after like watching those series. You know, how about you guys? Well, let's start off with Alex.
Hooping genetics for me. Basketball is the number one chosen sport for my family. So growing up, learning how to play basketball from my auntie and shit like that. Been a fan ever since. Really played throughout high school, all that type of shit. Basketball really wasn't my favorite sport, so I mainly focused on football. Got better at it, that type of shit. Really, I love the game because strictly off of the talent and the skill aspect of it. Actually dedicating yourself to it and growing in that space. So more of like the street side of it. One-on-ones, that type of shit. Can you really go give me a bucket? That's my type of shit.
How about you, Burst?
All right. For me, I started loving the game when me and my cousins were growing up. We all grew up around my grandmother's house. We would just be hooping in the back. You know, and like in the alley, we had like a little like hoop we set up. Like, you know, one of those curtains. We cut the bottom out of the curtains and set that up as a hoop. And like we were just hooping out of that shit. And like
yeah, I used to do that shit too, though.
Yeah, bro. and like I don't know, it was competitive. Like neighborhood kids would come around, we'd be hooping with them. And like I didn't start watching it for real until like the big three in Boston like started coming around, and like from Boston, and like that was
bandwagon.
Yo, bro, I swear. When Paul Pierce was there, I was watching it because he was like really hooping. He's the only one on the team I could really like watch. But once the like big three came in, I was like, oh shit, something really is happening. So after that, that's when I really started watching. I wasn't really watching like the league. I was really just playing with people and like hooping outside.
So let's get into our first topic. So we have the 2023 All-Star game, probably like last week or something. I forget.
Yeah.
But it was very controversial about the play of the All-Star game.
That shit was.
But I don't even want to just. Yeah, I don't want to just talk about the All-Star game in general. Let's talk about like the whole weekend. What would you say was you guys like favorite part of the All-Star game weekend?
The weekend, the 3-point contest.
3-point?
3-point in the dunk contest. That's about it.
Yeah,
that's all I really watched, to be honest with you. I turned the All-Star game off. That shit was boring. Like,
you don't even know who
they don't play defense, but like now niggas ain't even trying no more, bro. That shit was a layup line, bro.
It is. They're definitely giving up layups.
Yeah, you feel me? I hope you have multiple niggas going for 40. These the best 24 basketball players in the world. Like,
people act like that is always like this bad or whatever. I remember like 2020, it was pretty good because like I think they like changed rules where it was just like you got to score 24 points. It was like some Kobe shit or whatever. But
yeah,
like I remember that was like pretty competitive though or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like they just pick and choose. Like I'm pretty sure I can go back in times where the All-Star game was like lame as hell and nobody wasn't doing shit. You feel me? I feel like that's just like a a yearly thing. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
You think you can go back in history and see like in like the early 2000s that they were just like not trying at all and shit like that?
Hell yeah, yes.
I feel like niggas are like not trying more now because like I think niggas are more divas. I think
First of all,
they give way more cheese though.
Yeah,
exactly. So they have more, so they're divas out here. Like they want like Ja don't want to do the dunk contest no more. Like young players don't even want to do dunk contests, even though we know they can win if they wanted to. It's just like
they get to do that because LeBron didn't do it,
bro. Exactly.
So wait. So we have like other. I mean, don't get me wrong. LeBron is on another level, but it always has been like superstar players or whatever, or at least big name players in the dunk contest. I mean, Paul George.
Wrong. It's all
Paul George winning.
Michael Jordan in them era, all of the superstars that were known dunkers, participated in the dunk contest.
Kobe was in the dunk contest. Young player.
And I'm saying throughout the years we have had that. We just didn't get LeBron. We had Dwight Howard, John Wall, Paul George, DeMar DeRozan. You can name a whole bunch of them.
You naming like 1A niggas. You need an S tier nigga to be in the
Kobe did it,
bro. Yo, LeBron, there's never been a nigga like LeBron. Basically, like the past 20 years. Like you naming an anomaly out of like all these.
Exactly. You know what LeBron is? He's an anomaly. LeBron is not comparable to a lot of players, though. That's the thing.
Yo,
you feel me? He's not no regular ass player.
You need to stop it.
He ain't no regular player, though. That's the thing. It's not like LeBron, just like some average ass player.
I'm saying tradition follows tradition, bro. If you have your previous superstars,
trying to say superstars don't do it.
Like Zion ain't doing it. I'm like, what the fuck?
You call it? Hold on. You call it John Wall a superstar?
No, I'm saying he's a star though. Back in those times, I don't think he was ever a superstar or whatever. Was Michael Jordan a superstar when he played with him?
Yes. When he went against Dominique Wilkins,
like his second year.
When he went against Dominique Wilkins, bro, you're tripping. When he went against Dominique Wilkins, there was two superstars going against each other, bro. Come on, bro, pay attention to it, bro.
Vince Carter was a superstar too?
No.
The only reason you saying Jordan is a superstar because he considered the GOAT.
Dominique Wilkins was a superstar, nigga.
I guess so. You feel me? I already know about that.
Wow, you disrespectful to Neek, boy. Quit being disrespectful. That nigga was giving Dominique Wilkins average like 25 points for his career, bro. You thought that nigga dunked the ball the whole time?
Yeah, he was actually hooping out there. Look.
No.
And he never played with name one other Hall of Famer Dominique Wilkins played with, bro.
Doc Rivers.
Fuck out of here.
Doc Rivers ain't a Hall of Famer?
Hell no.
What? Yes, he is.
There's no way Doc Rivers is a Hall of Famer.
Hell yeah. Yes, Doc Rivers is a Hall of Famer.
What?
He ain't no superstar player or whatever, but he definitely a Hall of Famer though.
Hell no.
But yeah, Dominic averaged like 25 for his career. He's low-key was hooping out there. But
y'all basically answered my second question I was going to ask. Why do people care about superstars being in the dunk contest when you already get players that's well known that's been in the dunk contest? Now I'll give you in the past few years or whatever, hasn't been no big name players in it.
Doc Rivers is not in the Hall of Fame. That nigga is not a Hall of Fame player.
Yes, he is. He's not in there right now, but he will be.
Yo, he might be a Hall of Fame coach, but I don't know about player.
Yeah, coaching.
Not even just coach though. He played. He had a good career too.
That nigga's not a Hall of Fame player, bro.
Bro, I don't know.
Coaching career and playing career, two different things, bro. No,
that's happening. I guarantee it's happening.
Stop that cap. That nigga had a whole. I didn't know Doc Rivers actually played basketball until I got old enough to understand. All I knew that nigga was as a coach for the longest. Nigga. Come on,
that's actually true for me too.
Like,
I mean, of course, motherfucker, we was born in the 90s. Of course, you ain't gonna know who Doc Rivers is. You feel
what I'm saying? That nigga been retired that damn long. If he was a Hall of Fame player, they would have been tried to induct that nigga into the Hall of Fame, Mike.
No, I think they ain't gonna do it because he's still coaching though.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Is Greg Popovich in there? I think he gonna get in there this year.
What Pop? Oh yeah, Pop's
and that nigga still coaching.
He ain't about to be coaching for long. Stop it.
Yeah, he act like he's gonna step down.
That boy, my boy, career numbers is 10-6, basically 11-6 though. Career.
That's Hall of Fame. That's Hall of Fame numbers. Huh?
That's not hard. I think not just your stats get you in the Hall of Fame though. You feel me?
What other accolades you nigga got, bro?
You think you just need pure stats to get in the Hall of Fame?
No. You need other accolades. You're not helping Doc Rivers' case. What other accolades did that nigga got then? He got any MVPs? He top 5 in assists. Top 5 in steals.
A lot of dudes in the Hall of Fame.
Did he get a title? Did he at least get a title?
That boy Yao Ming don't have no MVP. He barely have a career. He only played for like fucking 8 years.
And Yao Ming was that nigga.
Yeah, but he was.
He was good though. I don't know about like that dude. You feel me? But
he was that nigga over there in Houston though, low key.
Yao Ming was going to work. If T-Mac had a half a knee left for Yao Ming, bro, it would have been a problem for the league, nigga.
They would never want to. They were never like a threat, though. You feel me? I would have took the Kings over them easy to win a chip.
All right, next question.
Yeah, for real.
All right, bet we can move on.
That nigga on crazy time. Go straight for Yao Ming, like Yao Ming wasn't out here getting. Yao Ming could give your ass 18 and 18.
Yeah, bro.
18 and 18. Okay, Blake Griffin then. All right, but let's move on to the next one.
That's crazy.
All right, so we had some crazy trades during the trade deadline, and I wanted to see who you guys would think out of these 3 teams, they all in the Western Conference. Who do you think will go farther this year? We got the LA Clippers, as we know, they got Eric Gordon and Bones Highland, and then a whole bunch of other players. Plus, they added Westbrook. Then you had the Suns. They added Kevin Durant. Also added Terrence Ross, and they also got the T.J. Warren too. And then we got the Mavs, which I just feel like they just hurt their defense real bad. They don't really have a true center either, though. But they added Kyrie, and they just got Kyrie and Luka just cooking. So who you guys think going farther this year?
I feel like the Suns have full once healthy, and actually I need them to get KD's supposed to be doing his debut this Wednesday, so I need them to get 15 games underneath their belt playing together. And I feel like the Suns actually have one of the best teams put together as far as they got their superstars, but then you're not so superstar dominant that you don't have nobody else. They got scoring from elsewhere because in the playoffs and shit, you're gonna expect KD and Booker to go get you 20 to 30 depending on where they at on the toaster that night. Who's gonna go get you that other 16, 12, that 8 with the 4 assists? Who's gonna go get that for you? That's the pivoting swimming point for winning those games. And I feel like those are the ones best equipped. The Clippers though are good. I feel like the Clippers have all the tools to compete with anyone. I just have to see it on paper actually work. Paul George and Kawhi, yeah, they working, but you traded out all your point guards and you bring in Russell Westbrook as your point guard. I'm not knocking Russ, but Russ hasn't been able to get it done in the playoffs much in his career. So how much dependability are you giving that to him? Because Russ is everybody thinks something is a negative, but I feel like Russ is literally he's equal. He balances himself out. He'll get you 14 assists, but he's gonna get you 6 or 8 turnovers. So it's where do you take it or leave it, And then it's not helping their defense.
Yeah, for sure. What you think, Bryce?
I think I have that pack. Probably the Clippers. Honestly, I believe in them a lot more to take it further. I think the whole new group of of like adding KD to the mix and like extracting other players, it's going to take a little bit longer to adapt. I mean, they're all smart players and they're all like hoopers. So like, I think they're going to get it. They're going to click. But at least by some point in the playoffs, they're going to click. But I do think like the Clippers have at least proven to be like a competent team with or without their superstars. And like, I honestly don't know if one of the like Suns go down, if the Suns are actually gonna be able to like last. Like I know for a fact, we already know for a fact if like the Clippers go down, somebody in the Clippers go down, they ain't gonna be hurting that bad. Honestly, they can still win a series honestly without one of their main stars. But I don't know if that's the case with the Suns at this point either. So like, I think I believe in the Clippers more. The addition of Westbrook, I think that's an addition and not like really a subtraction, because like Westbrook, he hasn't been a winner in the playoffs as being the guy, but he's not the guy and he's not expected to be the guy. So like I think there's less pressure on Westbrook. He can just like do some of the light work, some of the dirty work, cuts and blah blah blah. He's fast, go downhill and like just do his thing. And like I think it's gonna be a good fit.
Okay. Which one you thinking, Mike?
No, I definitely I can agree with both of you guys. I definitely think the Suns has the better chance just off talent alone. I just think Devin Booker and Kevin Durant just gonna be a nasty ass combo. But I also think the Clippers, they just got the most depth though in the league. As far as like bench wise, you got Norman Powell, Terrence Mann. You got Mason Plumlee, just a whole bunch of guys, Eric Gordon, a whole bunch of guys that's going to come in and been playing the league for years and know how to play their role. I could see either one of those teams making it to the finals, honestly. But I would definitely have to go with the Nets just off like, come on, KD, dog. KD just too nasty, and then mixed with a Devin Booker, Chris Paul gonna actually just be playing point guard. He ain't gonna be relied on so much. And then another guy I feel like just underrated is DeAndre Ayton though. Like I know he be having games where he just don't really look as good, but he really a physical player and can dominate in some games,
I mean, what version of DeAndre Ayton you think is going to come out in the playoffs?
If you remember, the year they went to the finals, Ayton was actually killing. Yeah, he was gaining a lot of respect, But I just think, so basically, every time like KD or Devin Booker can like attack a guy off the dribble, or like their mid range is such a threat that people are gonna want to double that and leave Ayton wide open in the paint. Yeah,
I feel like Aiden's role is going to be like pretty much every role of a big man that CP's actually had like dominant wings on. His lobs, he's going to work from like that post and mid post area. So he's gonna get most of his money from like honestly from at the baskets all the way out to like 15 feet. I don't want Aiden shooting anything else outside of that. Like I got enough bucket getters around me. Bro, just go get these boards and defend the rim. They're not really going to be playing that much defense. You're going to be outscoring motherfuckers. You got two of...
You talking about the Suns? I think the Suns actually have a good defense.
They got a good team. The Suns are going to get pivotal stops. Like,
yeah, I feel like KD definitely underrated.
Stops, I'm saying they're going to get stops when they need them. But as far as like overall defense of the whole game, bro, no, they're outscoring people. That's gonna be their mentality. I got two of KD and Booker can go for 60 at any moment, bro. Like at any wake, the niggas wake up and they just on the toaster. There's nothing you can do about it. Just watch them
combine. They can combine for that 62 on a regular basis.
So I'm interested. The playoffs gonna be lit though. Playoffs gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah, the playoffs about to be crazy. So I was listening to Gilbert Arenas, like his podcast or whatever. I love Gil. He funny as hell. He be having me dead. He just say what's on his mind, and I love that though. Anyways, but he's talking about like the old school players and how they like wasn't working as hard as like back in the day because like they was like on drugs and drinking all the time. Times was different back then, and he was just saying that those guys are kind of like they overrated defensively. You feel me? He felt like it was just more of like just hacking and shit. It wasn't more of just like, oh, I'm locking you up, I'm moving my feet and shit. He just felt like it was like hard ass fouls, and that's why people feel like the '80s is such a hard defense. What you guys think about that?
Ooh. I gotta agree with my man. Like he was able to hand check and literally grab motherfuckers and clothesline people. He was doing all this crazy shit for people that was like, it's anomalies everywhere. So like, it's certain players that can survive in any generation and be able to play and produce in any generation. But like overall, they was just beating the shit out of them niggas. Like they was just every time, like the Jordan rule was just every time he got a foot in the paint, hit him. You're not guarding them. You out here turning this to football. So yeah, no, I think they'll get. It all just depends on what rules you're going by. If you're playing by their rules, they win. Because like our generation isn't like the generation that's playing now isn't used to that level of physicality. But if you were going strictly just off of skill, it's not even close, bro.
What you think of Burst?
Damn. Part of that is I kind of have to agree with Gil a little bit because like I don't know, old niggas always be saying like they can guard like Steph Curry or some shit like that back then, and then like the first thing they said that like basically I'm gonna get in this shit and I'm gonna start hitting that nigga or blah blah blah. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, so you basically gotta start hacking a nigga to defend me. I'm like, okay, so you can't guard Steph Curry at all. So like, I don't know.
That's weak nigga shit. Well, how does that change from the park? You feel me? In the park, you hacking a nigga that you can't guard, you weak as hell.
Yeah.
So when you get up to the league, you can beat a nigga up and it's okay because he busting your ass. No,
nah.
We ain't even got to get we ain't even got to put stuff into it though. You could put his brother like the fact that he can shoot like that. I mean, having the ability to shoot the three is just hard to guard. Because motherfuckers, if you're not gonna be on their ass, they can just blow past your ass and get an easy way up.
Muhammad Abdul Rauf was in that bitch tearing their ass up.
Yeah, I heard about him too, though.
And come on, bro, and they telling me, motherfuckers talking, oh yeah, he would have locked Steph Curry up. He was going for 30 on them niggas effortlessly, bro. What you think Steph going? You got to guard.
Nobody locking Curry up, bro.
No. You can't guard? How can you guard a nigga that he can shoot when he get in the gym? How you guarding that? Him and Dame probably the only two people I know that got the most craziest range in probably in the history of basketball, bro.
No, and Trae Young up there too, though.
Yeah,
he been playing.
I think Trae got something in it, but I don't think he got shit on Dame and Steph, bro.
I mean, of course, though. He a little brother to him, though.
Yeah, you feel me?
Little bro to him.
I need Trae to get more consistent before I put him on that level. That's what.
You feel me? Dame hit your ass with that bitch for game. Like, you know how much confidence you gotta have to shoot a 45-footer. Cold.
Oh, and another reason I think the defense was probably better or whatever, because it's just the fact that the people didn't have that the extra bag in their game. Like I was saying about the 3-pointer, like a lot of dudes had a Jason Tatum or something. Mm-hmm. Like, how the fuck you gonna guard this guy? Like, you feel me? Because he got the 3. If you leave him open on 3, it's over. He ain't gonna hesitate to take that shit. He'll take it in your face. So it's just way harder, and it's really hard to compare though. You feel me? Because the game would just play so much fucking different.
The skills are crazy, bro. I think the old heads really don't pay attention to the skill level now is insane, bro. You can't even fathom. You got big men with the skills of what they were of their guards back then, bro. And these are 7-footers operating around like guards. You're not guarding that.
But let's move on to this thing I'm calling top 3 picks. So for my top 3 picks, is always going to be stuff, just different stuff that we have a top 3 picks for. But for today's top 3 picks, you guys top 3 picks for college guys that was you feel me, superstars and then role players in the NBA.
You go ahead, Berstley. You take this one first.
Number 1, I think Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon was like a dog in the fucking in high school, and he was also a dog in college too. People thought he was gonna come into the league and be like that guy, and like he well he didn't he it's not like he busted or anything. Eric Gordon just got injured a lot consistently, and he couldn't like reach his full potential. So he just kind of became a role player, and like where is he now? He was on the Rockets, and now he's on like is it the Mavs or like Brooklyn?
Clippers.
He's on the Clippers. Hey, good for him. That's a good place to be. I think he might actually win the title. Next person. This person might be like kind of like a bust. Kwambi. So Kwambi was supposed to be like, and you know the next NBA.
Yeah, 13 years in the league though.
Exactly, but he was a role player. He was supposed to be a starter and a superstar, but he didn't turn out to be that. And like, I think a lot of people were disappointed in like what he turned out to be. But like, he actually was like an NBA vet for a long time. That's something to credit, honestly. So that's one thing. And next person I had, damn, it's a role player. Like, does it matter if was he a okay? If he was a superstar, okay, I guess he wasn't. He was a super. When the person I was thinking of was a superstar at some point, but he's a role player now. So like,
yeah, that's cool.
Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
So like, I was thinking about him because he was on Boston. He was in Boston, and like he's like basically on our bench, and like yeah, Blake was like a dog when he came in. He projected to be like that guy, and he came in immediately good too. So like he was injured his first year, but like after that first year, he kind of like sat out for the first year, kind of like Ben Simmons did, and then he was a dog when he came in, won Rookie of the Year. But like over time, he never actually won anything. But like eventually became a role player because his body didn't like keep up. So.
Nah, for sure.
That's fine.
Although the Blake pretty tough though, because he was like hella all stars or whatever. But I get you though. I get you. Go ahead, Alex. What you got?
I got you for number one on my list. I put Tyson Chandler.
Okay.
Really broke out really later in his career. Really didn't have the hot strike until he really got on the Mavs and stuff like that. Before then, really wasn't. He was affecting winning, but really wasn't doing too much for you. I got also on there. I put Chauncey Billups, just off of how high he was drafted and stuff like that. Another journeyman throughout his career. Definitely affected winning. But I feel like he was just like he never really was that guy. He was always just like on a good team, you know?
Was he a role player though? I thought he was like a starter dude.
I mean, he's somewhat. I get what he means.
You feel me? Like he has some.
He did with the Finals MVP or whatever, but
yeah,
that don't really mean you a fucking superstar.
Yeah,
you just had a great series. Like I get you.
That type of shit, and then Jimmer Fredette, my guys, was my last one. Another journeyman for sure. In and out of the league. Had times where he had to go overseas to China and stuff like that. I think he's still in China now. But that type of shit, you know. You can put him in him, Doug McDermott, those type of people, like those high-profile shooters that were in college that were, but come to and realize it doesn't translate to NBA game.
No, I get you.
Wait,
Doug McDermott, definitely, that's a good one.
I got a question for you guys. Since you guys said that about like basically you rated Chauncey Billups that way, even though he has a Finals MVP, would you rate his Finals MVP and Andre Iguodala's Finals MVP the same value, or like is one higher than
somewhat? They're in the same class, though.
Yeah,
I think they're in the same class.
I'll put Chauncey's over Iguodala's though. Chauncey had to work for his a little bit more. Like Chauncey had to run his team. He was the point guard of the championship team, so he's the head of the snake. You know, Iguodala was.
He had to guard LeBron. He had to guard LeBron.
He had to guard LeBron, but LeBron still gave that nigga like.
So was Draymond.
LeBron still was giving him like 28. It was just LeBron.
He
was cooking that night. I can see I can see if you would have had like one game where he kept LeBron like at like 15, then yeah, you give him the finals MVP. They was just holding stuff that year.
But let me give you guys mine though. For me, I have Tyler Hansbrough. You know, obviously we know he was the beast back in college, like really dominant. He's even, you feel me, like a motivator to other, like, you know, pro athletes. You feel me? Like he really was killing shit. Then I got Jahlil Okafor. He used to be one of my favorite players watching, bro. I love big man. I think y'all know that. I love when dudes just got hella work on the post and shit. And he had that shit. He did okay for like the first couple of years of the league, but the shit just changed. The league just changed too much for him. And then this the only guard I have on the list, but JJ Redick. We all know he's a bad guy back in the college days playing for the Blue Devils, and I mean JJ was just killing shit back in college. Like he basically played the same way in the league, but obviously you know the league is just so much better. They made him look like a role player. You feel me? But yeah, JJ was nasty back in the college days.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, JJ.
Oh yeah,
that nigga was killing people, boy. Giving them 30.
No, for real. Our final little topic or whatever we gonna have for today. And this one is called versus round. For the versus round, I'm always gonna have I'm gonna put players against players, teams against teams or whatever, and then we just gonna debate like who was better or who we taking or whatever. But for today's versus round, we gonna go LaMelo versus Anthony Edwards. Who you taking? We're gonna start off with Berstley.
Who I'm taking? I'll take LaMelo.
Mm-hmm. Why is that?
The reason I'm taking LaMelo is because I believe he has a lot more. He has a lot more potential to affect the court in many ways. And like Anthony Edwards, he is a scorer. He's a bucket getter. He's a better bucket getter at this point than LaMelo, arguably. But I do think LaMelo has a lot more options when it comes to growing and be able to affect his team into winning. His passing, he's a rebounder. He grabbed 8 rebounds a game. I'm pretty sure he's grabbing more than Anthony Edwards at this point. And the kid's still young. He's shooting way more threes than Anthony Edwards is by the numbers. And like I only think he's probably going to start shooting efficiently at some point in the future. So I'm guessing he's probably going to be able to help his team win a lot more than Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, for sure. Who you taking, Alex?
I gotta go with that young killer Ant-Man. You feel me? that young killer. That's a dog, boy. Y'all don't see what's in there making it. That's a D-Wade mixed with the touch of like a Tracy McGrady for shooting wise, bro. He's more athletic. He's bigger than LaMelo. More durable, and he has more in his scoring package, and I can open up the rest of his game later. You know what I'm saying? He can go get you more. LaMelo kind of needs more people around him to succeed for him to be good. He's got to have a couple go-getters. Anthony Edwards, you can put him out there with just 4 motherfuckers. He gonna go. I like what he got in him. I feel like he probably gonna be the best shooting guard in the league in like 5 years, to be real with you. I would not be surprised. That's
hard. That's hard. He gotta get through Donovan Mitchell. He gotta get through like all of them. Like I don't know.
No.
James Harden.
No, but
exactly.
It's in there. Look how much he's improved, bro. He went from, and he got to do the same thing that you said for LaMelo. Like he's young. He still ain't really figured out his body yet. He really don't have like. He's starting to get his guidance and stuff like that with people getting his and that type of shit. But like, yeah, I feel like LaMelo needs a team around him to be good. So you need a lot of good pieces for LaMelo to be on have a successful team. And I don't see that happening in Charlotte or wherever they are.
I think LaMelo has been like, even though his team hasn't been trash, he's still been working what he got. And plus, honestly, at this point, even though like Ant can score more, I think LaMelo has a bigger bag than like Ant at this point. I definitely think he has a bigger bag than Ant does. and like that's why I think like that's like the like I don't know the foundation. If you got a little bit of a bag, you can build that shit up to be nice. You know what I mean?
I think that man Ant-Man got a duffel, bro. Like I've seen it in person. Like I went to a couple of the games when I was in Minnesota. Like got to like really see him working, bro. Like that man, he that one for sure. I mean, LaMelo cold, but like I just don't see like LaMelo just don't go. He don't got that killer instinct in for me enough. Like that switch where like, okay, fuck it, the team ain't getting it done. I gotta go get it done.
For me, I definitely think that like Anthony Edwards, he has way more like media love than like LaMelo, just because the team like the fucking Hornets just like losing bad, especially this year. They always like losing. And the Timberwolves always, you feel me? Motherfuckers like was thinking the Timberwolves is gonna be like way higher than what they is right now. And they still a relevant team though for the most part.
That big man shit in this NBA don't last. That shit is. I knew that was a terrible trade when they made that shit. Such a
I think they did that. I think they did that for defense. But but for me, I would have to take LaMelo just off. Like I feel like he like a future MVP, like from the way he play. But I like Anthony Edwards' defense more though. I think he gonna be in like all defensive teams though, and I could definitely see him being like in the top 5 shooting guards like in a couple more years though. But I just think LaMelo, he just have like Berstley was saying, like way more in his bag, and I think he gonna he gonna be like leading teams, like he gonna be like that guy, like some Luka Doncic type.
To the NBA game.
But I think LaMelo is more of a point guard though. No. He's not gonna be worrying about the buckets. Look, I think he's gonna be worrying about, like you were saying, like he gonna need guys good on his team.
Yeah.
Like if he used to get Victor Wembanyama in the draft or whatever, that's what I think. Great.
Why would you choose? Why would you choose a motherfucker that needs other motherfuckers instead of going to get the motherfucker that gives you everything?
You don't know. Ant already has boys on his team. Ant has fucking. He has goddamn Rudy Gobert. He had D-Lo until they traded his ass. He had players to help him. Who the fuck does goddamn LaMelo have? Give LaMelo anybody. Give LaMelo
all I gotta say is recorded.
I swear
it's on the wax. When Anthony Edwards get to really getting the fuck off, which he getting the fuck off already, and he surpassed LaMelo is on wax, because what are y'all talking about? That's crazy.
A point guard need good players around him though.
A point guard, but a point guard.
But we kind of overtime and shit. Anything else? Like any last words y'all want to say or whatever before we end it?
That nigga Mike need to stop smoking before we shoot this. That's what I want to say.
All right. What about you, B Magic?
None. Just I don't know. Welcome to the first episode and like subscribe.
For me, I just want to say thanks to my co-hosts or whatever for shooting the first EP with me and actually just doing this shit with me. And then I want to thank whoever audience is like watching us. I appreciate it. You feel me? I'm definitely gonna be putting in work to like make this shit good and shit or whatever. And really, that's about it for me.
Hey, I'm like a snotty nose. I'll pull up.